Good morning, good morning, good morning. Man, look, well, for all us boxing fans, man, for all us true boxing fans, we truly had a spectacular night of boxing this Saturday. Spectacular night of boxing. I'm talking about you didn't know what to watch. If you was a true boxing fan, you wasn't just waiting on one boxing match. You tried to watch every boxing match at the same fucking time, like I did. I had 2, 3 screens going, flipping channels, everything. So, man, I had a ball last night just watching boxing. I didn't even leave the house. I didn't even have anything to drink. But I stayed up so late watching all. Look, I'm still sleepy. You can see it in my face. And as a matter of fact, I'm watching boxing right now. So that go to show you that I truly am majorly with the sport. But first things first, before I touch, I'm only going to touch on a couple of the fights because there was so many fights. I'm going to touch on my favorite fights and my favorite aspects of those fights, and then that'll be that. So, but first off, I want to say that Joe Cortez, he retired last night. Last night on the Knockout Kings Golden Boy card on Showtime was his last officiating bout. I don't know if a lot of the boxers on the YouTube community are gonna speak on it or if they even paid any attention to it. But I like Joe Cortez, Mr. Unfair but I'm firm. I like him. I think he's a great referee. He's always been a great referee. He's been right down the middle. He never showed bias. And see, a lot of people were upset with him at one point in time because just like with a Ricky Hatton fight, I think even when I don't know who he fought. I think he was fighting Mayweather. Larry Merchant would get upset with him because he's like, hey, he won't let Hatton fight his fight. Well, Hatton's fight was maul on the inside hole. And I guess Cortez like, hey, that's not boxing, man. You need to stand your ass, get back from the hole and get back from the clutching the arm and hitting and all that stuff. A lot of people criticize him for breaking too early in certain things, but me personally, I think Cortez always did a great job. So big ups to Joe Cortez. That's my dude. The next thing I want to speak on, prior to the fights everybody wanted to hear about, right, was Sotos and Maidana, however he pronounces his name. I'm going to show you the difference in between boxing trainers and boxing celebrity trainers. It's a difference. See, a celebrity trainer just wants basically to be the superstar. That's where you have your Freddie Roach in a category. His name is more so big because it's been turned into a franchise by the media and other people and so-called fans. And so therefore, he's more focused on his name being attached to greatness or big names as opposed to teaching these people anything. I chose the Maidana fight as one of my favorite fights of the night because it gave me a bigger surprise than I was expecting, right? Maidana's been training with Robert Garcia, and it shows how the change of a trainer can actually prepare a guy to do something totally different and outside of what he normally does. Everyone knows Maidana is normally just a flat-out slugger. He loves to slug with you, he'll brawl with you or whatever, but he's always just been a slugger / brawler, which means from one extreme to the next extreme, no in between. But you take a look at Maidana in this Sotos fight. I was so proud of him that he stood out amongst all the other fights that were going on to me. Maidana has developed defense. He's developed patience. He's developed a jab. He's developed ring generalship. He's no longer just plodding forward. Now it's strategic. I was just so amazed at him, man. I was so amazed at him. And for a guy to have moved up and he's fighting, I mean, Sotos had to outweigh him at least about 12 or 13 pounds. Seemed like to me anyway. And he had the height on him, and he had the reach on him. The regular Maidana would have just went in there winging it and got fucked up bad. And he probably would have lost. Granted, he has that heart. Maidana boxed his ass off, and he fought. He didn't brawl. He didn't get out there and just swinging and whatever. But I'm talking about he actually learned something. He actually learned something. And I was so proud of him. He actually got out there. He took his time. He broke his opponent down. He befuddled him. He boxed him for the first 2 rounds. I'm talking about with the jab. He used the ring. He utilized the whole ring. He moved around. He stuck a move. He evaded punches. I watched Maidana in the corner where normally he would get hit by every punch a person throws. I watched him evade 10, 12 punches in a row, blocking him with his arms to the body and moving his head. Granted, he might get hit 1 or 2 times afterwards, but I watched him evade that many punches, and that's not typical Maidana. When you train a person, say like Maidana went in there one particular way. He was a straight ahead slugger brawler. He's learned from Garcia to box, take your time, set up things, and they will come. If Freddie Roach would do these things with some of his fighters, or if some of his fighters would take on different trainers instead of wanting to say, oh, I'm being trained by Freddie Roach, the great media-wise Freddie Roach, then they too would learn how to adapt in the ring. Had it been the old Maidana, he would have lost. This being the new and improved Maidana, even at this higher weight. Now, granted, he was knocking the shit out of Soto, but he couldn't really hurt him because dude was so big. It took attrition. It took a minute for him to wear him down, but he did it. Now, that fight right there stands out in my mind. And just how they turn around, like Golden Boy, they put up an extra 100,000 for the most fabulous knockout on the Knockout Kings card, and they let the fans vote on it and all that. My vote went to Maidana. Even though Josecito Lopez got smashed by Canelo Alvarez, and it kind of looked brutal, and other people loved it, I didn't give him that credit because, come on, man, you fighting a guy that's supposed to be down at 140, and you got him up here at 158, 160. Come on, man. What was he going to do? Dude didn't carry that weight. He didn't know how to carry that weight. So it's just like even though he was taller than Canelo, it's still that Canelo was beating up on a smaller guy. And the dude just got punished. It was just ridiculous. I commend the referee. I commend Bayless. Bayless took points from both of them motherfuckers, from Soto's and from Maidana, when they were fighting and exchanging after the bell. I mean, it was a war. If you skip this fight, something wrong. You need to go back and watch it because it was off the chain. To me, it was the best fight of the night. That's just to me. Now let's get into this other stuff. Let's go. I want to go with the. I'll touch on the Josecito Lopez and Canelo Alvarez first, and it's going to be super brief. I told everybody in my other video that Canelo Alvarez was going to maul Josecito Lopez. I didn't give a fuck about the whole Rocky story. He did this. Oh, he's going to do this great. He's going to do that great. Bullshit. The man did not belong in the ring with him. Period. End of story. Golden Boy sold you all that dream. Everybody broke their neck to say, oh yeah, Josecito's going to do this, Josecito's going to do that. Da, 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 da. Fuck no. You have to know boxing. You have to know when a person is in over their head. And he was definitely in over his head. Granted, he has a heart, but having a heart can get you killed. You ever hear people say that the graveyard is full of heroes and brave people? Well, it is, because those individuals, they choose wrong when it tends to boil down to the fight or flight theory. This is one of the times whereas an individual should have chose the flight theory. But he looked at the monetary gain, and granted it made his name bigger, and so therefore the next fight he has, it won't be on pay-per-view, but people will break their neck to see it because they know he has the heart to stand up and try to do what he needs to do. So granted, he's an entertaining fighter, but he should have chose flight in this particular aspect, because he took a brutal beating that he didn't need to take. And he was just used as a stepping stone for a person that they keep on saying that, oh, he's just 22 years old. He's just 22 years old when they speak about Canelo. But my thing is, if he's 22 years old, same thing like Sergio Martinez was saying about Chavez Jr. It don't matter. If he's in this particular realm and he's holding the belt, then he's put himself out there to have to fight the best in the division. Not to be handed cupcakes, not to be handed gift decisions, and I don't like that. And that's all he was handed the other day, was a high-profile gift decision, and that's the end of the whole Canelo thing, because I think that was garbage. They need to put him in with better opposition I don't give a fuck that he's 22. But he has over 40 professional fights. Put him in with better opposition. Put him in with some real folks. But I gotta say that so far, in his last couple months, they have been putting together the fights that motherfuckers really want to see. They've been putting good motherfuckers against good motherfuckers and not great motherfuckers against tomato cans. And I think that's good, man. We've been seeing some damn good fights. This Maidana Soto's fight was my shit, though. And the Canelo Alvarez and Lopez fight, I don't feel that they should have gave Canelo that $100,000 for the knockout thing. It was obvious it was going to happen. It was just like putting Mike Tyson in with Pee Wee Herman. You know the outcome before it happens. It don't matter if Pee Wee Herman go up 80 pounds. You know he's finna get his ass mauled. In the case of motherfucking Sergio Martinez and Chavez Jr., my thing is this here. Freddie Roach has no control over his fighter. You can see Chavez Sr. out there about to die. He wanted to get in the ring. He was like, God damn it, son, you fucking up my name. Let me go in there and do something. He said, you ain't threw a punch in 9 rounds. Bitch, get out the ring. That's basically what Chavez Sr. was saying. If I could translate the Spanish, he was spitting real fast. He was basically saying, motherfucker, do something. That's what he was saying in Spanish. But it didn't come out like that. They should have had closed caption on his ass, because I would have loved to really know everything he was saying. I only caught certain words because you could only see his mouth. And lip sync in Spanish is a no-go. So, Freddie Roach couldn't even get his fighter to throw punches. I think Chavez Jr. has heart, but heart's not going to always carry you. And that's the same thing I was just saying about the Lopez fight. And people don't look at stuff, from a deeper realm like I do. Hearts sometimes get you killed. It's cool to have a big heart, because you need to have that to basically just be a man, to be a human being, because you got to have heart in this world. But Chavez Jr. was bewildered. He was really nervous. It seemed, he was just like on a scale so grand than anything he had ever been on, that I think he was kind of starstruck himself, and he was the fucking star. I think it was just too big a stage for him, and he kind of froze up under the limelight. And by the time that he actually decided, oh hey man, I'm gonna fight, let me go ahead and do something, he was too far back on the cards. I mean, he walked around for 2 or 3 rounds, didn't even throw a punch. I mean, it was just ridiculous. I said before and I say it again, I don't know what this dude does, like after weigh-ins, but shit, he was still 20 pounds heavier than Sergio Martinez. At least, at a minimum, 15 pounds heavier than Martinez. But he looked like he just got through smoking crack at the weigh-in, and how he get back so solid, I just have no idea. I'm eager to see if he even took a urinalysis after the fight, because I don't really know if he did or not. I thought Sergio Martinez did a masterful performance. The one thing that I don't want to hear, but I know this is the same thing's going to go down, just like with Floyd Mayweather when he fought Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley got his ass whooped for all but a minute of a 12-round fight. All but 1 minute of a 12-round fight. And 2 punches rather. People talked about those 2 punches for a year and a half, for a year, or however long it was. And I think that was absolutely ridiculous that you hold that high regard, that much hatred for an individual, that you focus on that one positive for your guy you're going for, and that's all you linger on. Oh, he hit him, he almost knocked him down. Everybody is focusing on the 12th round. And was it exciting, the 12th round of the Sergio Martinez and Chavez Jr. fight? It was spectacular. It had me with butterflies in my stomach like I was in the fucking ring. I'm like, oh my damn, don't lose this for us. Like, I'm getting a check, right? I'm like, bitch, hold the duck, do something. Grab the referee. I'm like, kick the referee in the leg so he'll give you a goddamn take a point from you. Hold the referee, grab him by the neck. Run over there and kick the spit bucket over. Do something. I'm like, just quit fighting, motherfucker. Hold him or take a knee or something. I was just pumped. But I don't want people to take from that and just say, oh, well, Chavez Jr. almost had it, which we all know that. But what you talk about is everything. You talk about everything. How he actually looked like he was just out of his element. how he got outboxed, and how being a one-dimensional fighter will get you fucked up. Chavez Jr. is a one-dimensional fighter. One-dimensional. All he knows is plod forward. And that's what it goes with this matchmaking nowadays. They put people in with you that they know are going to be within your strengths. They've been putting people in with Chavez Jr. that stood in front of him and that would trade and wouldn't go anywhere. The guy hits hard. There's no way around it. He hits hard. But he needs to plant. He needs to get that body leverage in his punches to make him hurt you. He can't find you. He can't cut the ring off on you. He can't break you down to the body while you're moving, going backwards, giving them lateral movement and things of that nature. He can't break you down because he's one-dimensional. I've been saying this same thing, and this is where the flack will come in at from my video, is that I've been saying the same thing about Manny Pacquiao. The same thing. He's one-dimensional. That's why you have the glove patent shit. And that's why you had to come on. And that's why you have all the people that they've had in face. Been the type of individuals that will just stand in front of him and trade with him. Because that way he can catch you. And as you can see, once Sergio Martinez decided to stand and trade, that's when he was at his worst. You're a boxer. You box. You don't stand and try to brawl. You move around. Hence it's called the sweet science. It's about hitting and not getting hit. People will sit there and get up under the fighter's skin and say, "Oh, you're running. You ran the whole fight. You ran." I see some Hispanic cats now on Facebook already, and they're saying, "Oh, but Sergio really couldn't beat Chavez if he stands still." The fuck? That's just like telling a girl to stand still in front of a dude and squab with him. That's stupid. Bitch, you know you get hit, you're going to sleep. So you don't do that. You move around. People, when you get these dumbass thoughts out of your head, why stand there and do that? If I'm looking to win and he's looking to win, why am I going to throw away my strength and I'm going to give him more power by me standing my dumb ass there in front of him and trading with him, knowing that's not my style? I fight my style, you fight your style. That's the beauty of boxing. There's so many different styles. And you try to see how you can use your strengths and to exploit the next boxer's weaknesses, and that way you can dismantle his strengths and come away with the W. It's all about the W at the end of the day. It's not about if you look good getting your eye closed, because that's what the fuck happened with what's his name? He got his fucking eye closed because he didn't know how to adjust to a slick boxer. Right? I'm going to tell you a fight I would love to see. Now, I can tell you a rematch would be ridiculous with Sergio Martinez and Chavez Jr. I think it would be great. They both spoke on it. I think it would be great, and I would definitely watch it. But I think now that Chavez realizes how to do certain things, that one round taught him a lot that he did win in the 12th round, because now he realizes, hey, I'm going to have to do something different. I can't just sit and follow a person around and get my eyes closed. I got to learn something else. So I really think that he would change up his game plan, like I spoke on about Maidana. Normally, Maidana would have got his ass whooped by Soto's, the old Maidana. But since he's been training with boom! Ooh, that was a beautiful knockdown, too. Maidana's a beast, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. If Maidana winds up fighting Marcus, it's going to be crucial. It's going to be crucial. That's going to be a great fight. Great fight. I know that they were trying to sell the Timothy Bradley fight against Lamont Peterson. They were trying to put Timothy Bradley in New York in Madison Square Garden. All that fell through. It sort of seemed like Bob Arum was not giving Timothy Bradley the attention that he should be giving him. You know, because when have you ever had a venue fall through on him other than Cowboy Stadium? And the only reason that fell through was because Marquez didn't want to fight anybody but a southpaw, and he wouldn't, and Bob Arum wouldn't get him a southpaw. They tried to put Zab Judah up against Timothy Bradley, but for some reason the network didn't want to buy it, and I don't know why, because it didn't have to be on pay-per-view. But see, that's the whole thing, is that Bob Arum wants all his fights on pay-per-view. So, like this card that Golden Boy put on, it should have been a pay-per-view card. It was better than the Sergio Martinez versus Chavez Jr. card. Let me fucking tell you. Now, they did have a Puerto Rican and Hispanic epic fight on the card. It was just one fight on the card, but I mean, other than that, it shouldn't even been a pay-per-view fight. Let me tell it. And the fight was actually so one-sided that they should give people some of their money back. Shit, let me tell it. That's just me. Because I feel if you're gonna get in there and you're gonna box or whatever, man, at least punch in the 9 or 10 rounds. Do something. Chavez Jr. didn't even throw jabs. And now you go back and look at Freddie Roach. Now I want to see what people are gonna say about Freddie Roach, because he's had Amir Khan get his ass whooped, get his ass knocked the fuck out, and leave him. Right? Now, mind you, everybody talking about that he's this great motherfucking me trainer. Okay? Your star 3 pupils. Your star 3 pupils are getting dismounted. Khan left you because you wasn't giving him enough attention. Your head stuck up Pacquiao's ass. Pacquiao went right in there. You swore to God Pacquiao was gonna whoop Juan Marquez last fight. Him and a reason everybody, he's gonna blow him out in 3 rounds. He won't go past 3 rounds. I told everybody Juan Manuel was going to win. I said he had way greater than a 75% chance of winning. You have to go back and look at one of my videos. But he wound up losing. So that was a loss in my eyes to the Pacquiao group. Then Pacquiao turned around and he fights Bradley and loses, right? So your coach taught you nothing in between all that time. And now here's Chavez Jr. in with Sergio Martinez, and Chavez Jr. gets his ass whooped, right? So now, what is it that Freddie Roach is teaching these people? Nothing. He's just a celebrity motherfucking name. And people can please stop saying this motherfucker trainer of the year, and he's this and he's that. They might still try to get a motherfucker trainer of the year this year. Who they gonna give it to this year? I would definitely love to see who the fuck they're gonna give trainer of the year to this year. I gotta see who it's gonna be. Because it definitely can't be Freddie Roach. That bitch done lost 3 motherfucking fights in a motherfucking row with all his so-called celebrity talent. Now let's see how that shit goes. And you watch how the media turn on Freddie Roach now. Watch how they turn on him. But anyway, that's it, man. This video ain't long enough, and I'm really just rambling. I'm not touching on anything like super important, but I'm just rambling, and I'm just looking forward to see what's going down. So, and as usual, I'm going to speak on this last one thing. Everybody that won called out Mayweather. People. The dude can't fight everybody. People like, oh, he's scared to go up and fight Sergio Martinez. For fucking what? The dude is little. He's not supposed to go up and fight all these big motherfuckers. He can't fight everybody that win. You got Bradley calling him out. You got Sergio Martinez calling him out. Hell, they was talking about Chavez Jr. fighting Mayweather. Hell, they trying to say Mayweather should fight Ward. They want Mayweather to fight Pacquiao. They want Mayweather to fight this motherfucker. They want him to fight Batista. Come on, man. The dude can't fight everybody. He can't fight everybody. Be realistic, people, when you're sitting there saying, oh, Mayweather won't fight this person. He won't that fight. Let you all tell him you need to fight everybody in the world, and the dude can't do that. I'm sorry to tell you. Me personally, I hope he go ahead and retire, because the way people hating on him is ridiculous. And it don't look like him and Pacquiao are going to fight anytime soon, because when Juan Manuel Marquez whoops Pacquiao for this fight right here, when he whoops him, because that's what he's gonna do. I think he's gonna change his game plan up. He's gonna still counterpunch, but I think he's gonna come forward a lot too. And he's gonna show him them same angles that before him. And when he whoop him this time, then you're gonna turn around and say, oh well, we need a Pacquiao Marquez 5. Right? That's what they're gonna say. Give Pacquiao a chance to avenge himself, like he gave Marquez a chance to avenge himself. And so push back again will be the Bradley rematch, which is what they should be focusing on, is the Bradley rematch. Come on, man, this is the dude that whooped you. Fight him. So, nonetheless, leave your comments. Feel free to subscribe. Fuck with your boy, man. And leave me some video comments. I want a video chat with some motherfuckers so we can just put them side by side and put it up on YouTube. Leave your comments. Say whatever you want to say. Feel free to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm up on this boxing thing on a regular. So, get at your boy, man.